Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namah Bhagavate
Om Namo
Vasudevaya.
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskrityam
Narayana Namaskrityam
Naranjaiva Narottamam
Naram
Devin Saraswatin Vyasam
Devim Saraswati Vyasam
Tato Jaya Mudirayet
Tato Jayatiraye
Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu
Nashtapraya Bhadresha
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Nityam Bhagavate
Bhagavate Uttamasloke
Bhagavate Loke
Bhaktin Bhavadir Naichiti
Bhaktim Bhagavate
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Devagi Nandanaya Cha
Devaki
Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna. Welcome all the devotees for the morning Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam discussion. Today we are going to discuss Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 1, text number 13, 2-1-13. The chapter name is The First Step in God Realization. So let us chant the sloka. Please repeat behind me. khaṭvāṅgo nāma rājarṣir. jñātveyattām ihāyuṣaḥ. muhūrtāt sarvam utsṛjya. gatavān abhayaṁ harim.
gatavān
harim.
Word by word meaning. Please repeat behind me. khaṭvāṅgaḥ.
khaṭvāṅgaḥ
King Khaṭvāṅga.
King Khaṭvāṅga
Nāma. Name.
name
rāja-ṛṣiḥ.
rāja-ṛṣiḥ
Saintly king.
saintly king
jñātvā. By knowing.
by knowing
iyattām.
iyattām
Duration.
Ihā.
ihā
In this world.
in this world
āyuṣaḥ.
āyuṣaḥ
Of one's life.
of one's life
muhūrtāt.
muhūrtāt
Within only a moment.
within only a moment
sarvam.
sarvam
Everything.
everything
utsṛjya.
utsṛjya
Leaving aside.
living is
gatavān.
gatavān
Had undergone.
undergone
abhayam.
abhayam
Fully safe.
fully safe
harim.
harim
The personality of Godhead.
personality of Godhead.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charanavrta A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation, please repeat behind me. The saintly King Khaṭvāṅga, after being informed that the duration of his life would be only a moment more, at once freed himself from all material activities and took shelter of the supreme safety, the personality of Godhead. Purport. A fully responsible man should always be conscious of the prime duty of the present human form of life. The activities to meet the immediate necessities of material life are not everything. One should always be alert in his duty for attainment of the best situation in the next life. Human life is meant for preparing ourselves for the prime duty. Mahārāja Khaṭvāṅga is mentioned herein as a saintly king because even within the responsibility of the state management, he was not at all forgetful of the prime duty of life. Such was the case with other rāja-ṛṣiḥs, saintly kings like Mahārāja Yudhishthira and Mahārāja Parīkṣit. They were all exemplary personalities on account of their being alert in discharging their prime duty. Mahārāja Khaṭvāṅga was invited by the demigods in the higher planets to fight demons. And as a king, he fought the battles to the full satisfaction of the demigods. The demigods, being fully satisfied with him, wanted to give him some benediction for material enjoyment. But Mahārāja Khaṭvāṅga, being very much alert to his prime duty, inquired from the demigods about his remaining duration of life. This means that he was not as anxious to accumulate some material benediction from the demigods as he was to prepare himself for the next life. He was informed by the demigods, however, that his life would last only a moment longer. The king at once left the heavenly kingdom, which is always full of material enjoyment of the highest standard, and coming down to this earth, took ultimate shelter of the all-safe personality of Godhead. He was successful in his great attempt and achieved liberation. This attempt, even for a moment, by a saintly king, was successful because he was always alert to his prime duty. Mahārāja Parīkṣit was thus encouraged by the great Śukadeva Gosvāmī, even though he had only 7 days left in his life to execute the prime duty of hearing the glories of the Lord in the form of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. By the will of the Lord, Mahārāja Parīkṣit instantly met the great saint, great Śukadeva Gosvāmī, and the great treasure of spiritual success left by him is nicely mentioned in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Om Dasa. Om Ajñānatimirandasya Jnānāñjana-śalākaya Chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna-prasthaya Mutale Śrīmade Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavad Pāśāśya Deshatarane. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gauravaktarinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So the previous verses we were discussing what Śukadeva Gosvāmī started giving the instructions, replying to Parīkṣit Maharaj. So from this chapter, Śukadeva Gosvāmī is giving the response to Parīkṣit Maharaj question. And today's sloka, Śukadeva Gosvāmī is explaining about Khaṭvāṅga Muni. He is a Khaṭvāṅga, we used to call him as a Khaṭvāṅga Muni. Actually, he is a king, he is a rāja-ṛṣiḥ. See, during that time, there is an interplanetary system was there. The people used to go from here, the rāja-ṛṣiḥs and the great saints, they used to travel from this earthly planet to other planets. So here, Khaṭvāṅga Muni, he went to heavenly planet by the invite by the Indra. There are some demons, they are disturbing Indra. So they asked the help of Khaṭvāṅga Muni. So Khaṭvāṅga Muni went there and he was doing the help. So in the heavenly planet, the duration of life is long and compared to the earthly planet. And also that calculation is different. The celestial planets, the calculation is different. So if you heard about Brahma Vimoha Leela, in that Lord Brahma, he took he stole all the calves and the gobars, the small boys, and kept it in a separate secret place. And because he wanted to see whether he wanted to test the Supreme Lord, because he unable to understand, he unable to realize that, unable to feel, okay, this is the Supreme Lord, because the Supreme Lord Krishna, he is look like a covered boy. So he wanted to understand whether he is a Supreme Lord or not. So he did a small test. He took all the friends of Krishna and the calves in a different place. So if you hear about that pastime, there Brahma, for just a minute not even a minute, right? It's just a moment. Within a second, he came back. Shana Nera. So Shana, in Tamil, we will call it Shana Nera. Which is less than a second. He just kept everybody there, and he come and seeing Krishna. So within that time, in earthly planet, how much for Brahma, it was just a second kind of. He kept there and he came back. But for he came back and see what Krishna is doing. So within that period of time, in earthly planet, it became 1 year. So before that, Krishna expanded himself as a calves and gopas, and he went to all the houses, and there is nobody suspecting their sons are missing, their calves are missing. Nobody suspecting. Everybody happy in that moment. So why I'm telling this one? This is because of the time difference between the celestial parents and earthly parent. So Khaṭvāṅga Muni, since he was in the heavenly planet timing also, it is different from our earthly planet. That's why they are living longer period. So during he was doing the fight there. So since he was there in the heavenly planet, he is not feeling the days are going like anything in the earthly planet. So after the fight completion, when the demigods also satisfied, then he was aware of his prime duty. So what is the prime duties? We have to do the spiritual service. That is his prime duty. So he has the conscious that he came there and he fought a certain period of time. So definitely there is a difference in the time difference between earthly planet and the celestial planets. So I have to ask all the demigods, they want to reward something. So whatever he wants, some because heavenly planet, there are so much of opulences are there. So he is supposed to get so much of opulences, but what he asked, that is the consciousness, the devotee consciousness. So at the time, he asked I don't want anything, any opulences. I only want the answer, how much time I am going to live more. Because he was in the celestial planets. So immediately, all the demigods, they replied that, because they know that what is going to happen with Khaṭvāṅga. So they told that we have only one moment. One moment in the sense, it is a one muhūrtāt. We will calculate as only 48 minutes. That is a one muhūrtāt. You have only one muhūrtāt to get. You will die. You will die after that. That's the way they told. So since Khaṭvāṅga Muni, to make his life perfect, he had only 48 minutes. Then immediately he left everything and he came to earthly planet. Immediately he left everything. He sat for the self-realization, the meditation on the Supreme Lord. So within that 48 minutes, he made his life perfect. He liberated from there. So see, even Śukadeva Gosvāmī also glorifying Khaṭvāṅga Muni's determination and his consciousness. So this is the consciousness of the devotees. Even at any situation, the devotee will think about the Lord. And they know, they are always in the conscious of their end of the life, what he is supposed to do. So Khaṭvāṅga Muni here is a example in Bhagavatam that he was aware what is his prime duty at the end of the life. And when he came to know that he is going to live only 48 minutes, only one moment, he is not afraid of the things. He is not doing any other settlement. Okay, my Raja, all of my opulences, I need to give it to my son or give it to others. He never interfere all those things. Directly he come there, he sat and for the concentration of the Supreme Lord. That's all. So that yes, at the end of life, whatever we are remembering, we will attain that position. So he wanted to attain. He don't want to come back to this material world again. So he remembering the Supreme Lord and he attained the perfection. And similar thing is happening here. Why he is giving the explanation? So Śukadeva Gosvāmī is giving the explanation to Parīkṣit Maharaj that since Parīkṣit Maharaj asked the questions, what is perfect for all the human being, and especially at the time of death, what a person is supposed to do. So for that, Śukadeva Gosvāmī is giving this answer. So what Khaṭvāṅga Muni, he came to know at the time of death what he is supposed to do. So he was doing and he made his life perfect. So similar way, he is praising, Śukadeva Gosvāmī is praising Parīkṣit Maharaj that you are also in the end of the life. You only have 7 days. In the 7 days also, you wanted to perfect your life. So you are asking the question that in that question, so that will be beneficiary for you as well as all the human being in the coming generation. So that is the way. So Śukadeva Gosvāmī is giving the answer, and he is giving the example of khaṭvāṅga. So that this is the quality of the saintly kings and even saintly persons also. And there may be a question. Suppose, yes, nowadays all the death is happening in the hospitals, ICUs. People don't have the consciousness. So how they will remember the Lord if they are in that situation? So for that, already Krishna himself is giving answer. Krishna, what he is saying that if at all my devotee unable to remember me for any reason, and vada, pitta, kapha, it is coming and choking his neck at the time of death, he may not be able to remember me because of his bodily inconveniences. But in such a situation, I will remember them, and I will take them into my abode. That is a promise Krishna is giving. So if something Krishna is saying, that it is absolute truth. And in Mahabharata, Krishna is asking Arjuna to to announce that my devotee never perish, like that. So why everybody wonder why he can tell that, right, directly. Krishna can tell, okay, my devotee never perish. Why Krishna is asking Arjuna to tell it? See, Krishna may break his promise for the welfare of the devotees, but whatever the devotees' prayer and devotees' instruction, Krishna won't change, and he will, at the any cost, he will make it happen. So that is the reason he is asking his devotee to declare that statement that my devotees never perish. And we can see that in Kurukshetra war, he told that I won't take any weapon. I will be a Sarathi or a chariot driver for Arjuna. I won't take any weapon. I won't fight for either side. But if you see, but his great devotee, Bhishma Dev, he was praying that he took the Sapat. He took that, he promised that I will make the Supreme Lord Krishna to take the weapon. So in that way, he also acted in that way. During the wartime, he was the arrows. He was throwing the arrows like anything towards Arjuna and Krishna. All the arrows are coming towards Krishna. It is piercing and it is going out. Piercing is Krishna's hands here and there. It is going out, and behind the Arjuna was unable to control that, because Arjuna, even though Arjuna was a great fighter, but Bhishma Dev is a extraordinary fighter, a ferocious fighter. So nobody can fight against Bhishma Dev. So Krishna aware of it. So if in this situation, he can't sustain. Arjuna can't sustain. So then immediately he ready to broke his promise. So he took the weapon, he took the chariot wheel and running towards Bhishma Dev to throw on him, to kill him. So that is the way. Then Bhishma Dev immediately saw that, okay, so, oh Lord, then he was glorifying the Lord. Oh, so in order to make my promise, whatever I promised that I will make you take a weapon, you did that. But whatever you promised, I won't take the weapon, you broke that. Oh, that is the quality of the Lord. Even whatever he promised, he may broke, but whatever the devotees promised, he will preserve that. He will work for that at any cost. So then he took the chariot wheel and going towards Bhishma Dev. Then what Bhishma Dev did, he kept all his weapons aside and he folded hands. He was expecting Krishna to come and attack him, so that he wanted to die at the hands of Krishna. So that is a great benediction. That's what he thought that time. And Arjuna jumped into that, jumped out from the chariot and hold the legs of Krishna, and he told, oh Krishna, you promised that you won't take any weapons, so please leave it. You don't break your promise. Like that he told. So this is the way why we are talking this pastime is, Lord, whatever the promise is, he is doing to his devotees, he will make it happen. So that is the reason in Mahabharata War also, Krishna made a promise. He asked Arjuna to announce that my devotee never perish. So when if you are becoming a devotee of the Lord, any situation, we should have the faith on the Lord that Lord will take care of me at any point of time. I don't want to do any endeavor or don't want to go in the faithless manner. We should have the firm faith on the Lord. Lord will take care of me. So there are many situations. Kunti Devi and his Pandavas, they are the jungle. See, they are the kingly, means they are from the great parampara. They are from they're emperor. They were emperors. Still, they got a punishment and they came to this Vanvas, the forest. The 14 years they were roaming in the forest. So even all the 14 years, initially Dharmaraj asked, how can we don't have the habit to roam around the forest. How can we spend these 14 years? So then Krishna told, you take it as a tapasya. So if you take it as a tapasya, see, we are doing, suppose, for example, for fasting, we are doing the fasting on Ekadasi and other days. We need to, we won't take anything in during that time. We'll be nirjal. So see, if you are nirjal, there are two things are there. Things are not there, we are starving. That is one case. But things are there, but still for the sake of the Lord, satisfy the Lord, if you are starving, that is fasting. So starving is different. In the starving itself, there is without food, somebody is starving, that is his fate. And foods, everything is there, but voluntarily we are leaving and we are keeping aside. That is meditation. So Krishna, that is tapasya. So Krishna asked, but Yudhishthira Maharaj, this 14 years, you take that as a tapasya. So don't consider that you are doing the vanvas. 14 years, take as a tapasya to learn the things. That's what he told to Yudhishthira. So the devotees also took it as what Lord's instruction, he took it them. And Lord promised them that I will protect you all the 14 years. So Lord himself, he was there along with the devotee, along with the Pandavas, when he was physically available. So when Narada Muni, during that Vanvas time, Narada Muni visited Dwaraka. He wanted to meet Lord Krishna there in Dwaraka. That time Rukmini Devi told, he was with Pandavas only. He is with Pandavas only. So he is not at all coming to our palace. He is not at all taking care of us. He is with Pandavas only. When they went to forest, from that time onwards, they are in the forest only. Like that, he was telling to the Narada Muni, Rukmani Devi is telling to Narada Muni. So Narada Muni got wondered, how come this much dedication towards the devotees? Then he directly came to Krishna. Then he asked, why Krishna you are doing? Then when he came, then he saw, he wanted to meet Krishna. He came to the forest and he saw what he saw is Arjuna was sleeping in the lap of Krishna. So immediately he got angry. So how come this Supreme Lord is serving a devotee? How it is possible? So he was asking, in wonder, he was asking, how Lord, how you are bearing this, all those things. Your devotee, you are giving your devotee, you are serving your devotees. You are supposed to be served by all the other devotees, but you are serving this devotee Arjuna. Then Krishna told, my devotee is sleeping, don't disturb now. He showed there is a long hair. One hair was lying down on the floor. He asked Narada Muni, take the hair and take it near to your ear. So that is actually the Arjuna's hair. The Narada Muni took the hair and he keep it. Then he took it near to the ear. Then Arjuna was chanting the Krishna's name. Then he was stuck with wonder. Narada Muni stuck with wonder. How even the lifeless hair, there also, there is Arjuna's hair, there also you can see, you can hear the Krishna's name. He is chanting the Krishna's name. then how great the devotees. Then Narada Muni understood, okay, why Krishna is doing this much to a devotee, because the devotees are fully sheltered. They don't have any other mean. They always, they took the shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. There is no other mean for them. So the Lord understood that I have to take care of them at any cost. So that is the emotional connection between the devotees and the Lord. So that is the way the Lord and the devotees always. So whenever there is a devotee, so the devotees always, we have to take the shelter of the Lord, so that the Lord will remember, even though we are unable to remember the Lord at the end of the life, Lord will remember us. In Ishopanishad, there is a sloka, 17th sloka. I am reading the sloka. Vayur anilam amritam atetam basmantam sariram om krato smara kritam smara krito smara kritam smara. Translation is, let this temporary body be burned to ashes, and let the air of life be merged with the totality of air. Now, O my Lord, please remember all my sacrifices, and because you are the ultimate beneficiary, please remember all that I have done for you. So the devotee, they won't worry about their body. Let this temporary body, let it burn into ashes. I don't have any problem. And they're talking about the life air. Let the air also merge into the total air. So he's there. What is the prayer of the devotee? Please remember my sacrifices and whatever I did for your beneficiary, ultimate beneficiary, please remember I have done for you. So that Lord will, so the Lord never forget the devotees, whatever even the small service they did, the Lord will take care of them. So in that we saw the Putra's pastime. So even though Putana came with the intention to kill the Lord, and Lord don't want to see her face to see. Lord closed his eyes because he's such a cruel person. He lacks a small child she killed, and she came to Nanda Gopala's house, Krishna's house. So there Krishna was lying on the cradle, and when she entered, immediately Putana, Krishna don't want to see her face, so immediately he closed his eyes, because that much degraded person, degraded demon she was. Even though by look wise, he looked like a celestial person. He looked like a Apsara. Even in the house, Nanda Gopal's house, the Yashoda Mai and Rogini, they all are thinking that somebody came from the heavenly planet to take care of my son. So let them take care. So that's why they allowed her to take Krishna in her lap, and she started feeding her breast milk to Krishna. So since she came in the intention, he came as a mother, even though internally she was thinking to kill Krishna, is her intention, but outwardly he came as a mother. He took the position as a mother for some time, so that Krishna, even though he came to kill her with the poison in her breast, but Krishna didn't take that negative things. He saw the positive thing, that he came as a mother to feed her milk. So then immediately for that, Krishna gave her the position as a mother. So now, along with Yashoda Mai and Rogini, all are their mothers, Krishna, Devaki, these are all mothers of Krishna. And he gave the similar position to Putana also. Even though he's a great demon, Krishna gave the position as a mother also. So that is the reason, that is the way, even Krishna, he won't, even though devotees are having some problems, some unable to continue, at the end of life, they are not able to remember Krishna. Krishna won't remember, they won't forget us. So that is the promise already Krishna gave, and there are so many pastimes also we are seeing. So I mean, in Bhagavad Gita 10.10, in Bhagavad Gita 10.10, Krishna is saying, he is promising that Tesam satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvagam tadami buddhi yogam tam yenamam upayanti te. So he is Krishna, what he is promising? To those who are constantly devoted to serve me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. So Krishna will give the understanding by which mean they can go and reach Krishna. So this is Krishna's words. So we should have the belief on Krishna's words. So whatever the situation, I will remember the Lord constantly. I will serve the Lord constantly. It is Krishna's work, as per his promise. He will make us understand by which we can go back to his lotus feet. So today's sloka, it is the Śukadeva Gosvāmī, he was giving the example of Khaṭvāṅga Muni. So at the end of the life, all the devotees, their mind always with how to make my life perfect. And they will be always in the consciousness of the Lord. So that is the reason, even the Khaṭvāṅga Muni, even he was in the heavenly planet, all the material appearances are there. Even though he is not asking anything, he asked how much time he is going to live. Within that time, he want to perfectly live. So that is the glories of the great devotees of the Lord. Hare Krishna. Thank you, everyone.
Hare Krishna.
Any questions, any doubt, any clarification?